Thursday morning. You know what that means. And he's on the microphone with Brian and Gene. The Morning Sickness Show. It's where I want to be. Strumming my guitar, soft and gently. Where bacon rules all, and Bloody Marys are tall, and Pearl Street beers chase them all. I'm here to sing to you, tell you have a great day, and don't forget to come rock out with Tug Sunday.
Our good friend Andy Hughes of Tug with his version of the Thursday song. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene, and here we go. The snow came down for quite a while yesterday, accumulated a little bit, and then all of a sudden in the afternoon it warmed up, got sunny, and it all melted.
If you slept through that and then woke up in the afternoon, you wouldn't have believed what it looked like hours earlier.
The only evidence that there had been any snow was over by my shed where no sunshine had hit the ground. So, however, the boss texted me last night at... When did he? Sometime in the evening. Oh, it was about 7 o'clock, and I didn't even see it until this morning. Said, we got to do a snow pool. And then I looked at the forecast, and I said, ooh, yeah, we might have to. There's apparently 8 to 12 inches headed our way on Sunday night.
It's not going to start until later Saturday evening, 9, 10. So like any of your plans for Saturday, whatever you got going on to celebrate, maybe your Irish heritage this weekend is going to be fine on Saturday. It's not going to start till Saturday night, later in the evening, and then through Sunday.
Yeah, so maybe a snow pool at your work for this weekend. See what your forecast is on your weather app, but it sounds like in the La Crosse area we might get a significant amount of snow. Then we're looking at
through the Midwest.
We're looking at a high of only 19 on Monday, but by Thursday of next week it's going to be back near 60. So.
Yeah, we're at that time of the year where whatever happens, just bring it, Mother Nature. It won't last.
I also got a text this morning from Office Cora. I texted her to make sure she was feeling better. She dropped out last week because she had to go to the doctor. She apparently had strep throat.
Yeah, I believe it.
And it felt like she had razor blades, and now she's feeling better, so she is planning on joining us this morning just after 8 a.m. We'll talk to Office Cora to see what she's up to this weekend in the 715.
Building snowmen.
Yeah. Getting ready to shovel or snow plow or snow blow or whatever.
Something.
Get rid of that snow for a couple of days. Also, it's Hypothetical Thursday, so we'll ask each other hypothetical questions. We got a lot of other stuff to get to as well, including bad news, happy music. What?
Wind alert. Did you see that, by the way?
Wind alert today?
No, it has nothing to do with Sunday's snow. This is top wind gusts 40 to 50 miles an hour, and that starts tonight and goes until tomorrow. So
if you got some patio furniture?
Windy. I just put up a beautiful wind chime I had gotten as a gift. I'm taking it down. Yeah. 40 to 50 mile an hour winds.
Keep that in mind if you got some stuff out in your backyard. Don't want it blown away.
Tonight till tomorrow.
Obviously, some places in the Midwest affected by even more severe wind in the last couple of days with those tornadoes that ripped through Illinois and Indiana. But some heavy winds in our area up to 50 miles per hour during the overnight tonight. And rockmornings.com if you want to get in touch with us this morning. Download the apps, submit voicemails, pictures, and videos.
Please.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene, the wife carrying competition in the UK. Won by a Finnish couple. They traveled from Finland to England and took first place in one of Britain's most unusual events, the UK wife carrying race in Dorking, Surrey.
Well done, man. Fantastic performance.
The event has been held annually since 2008. Dozens of pairs of husbands and wives, obstacles including hills, hay bales, water hazards, and spectators bearing squirt guns and buckets of water.
Yep. Try to make it difficult for you.
415-yard race to the finish line. Timu Tuovinen and Jata Leoninen, whatever, I'm sure I completely butchered those names, known as the Flying Finns, came in first, earning a grand prize of a barrel of locally produced beer. I love it. It's got everything you need.
It does.
A couple of British people, Edward Nash and Catherine Knight, coming in second, making them the first UK residents to cross the finish line and qualifying them to compete in the wife-carrying World Championships will be in Finland in July. So the Finnish couple going back home to compete in the World Championships. Now, they have a very unique way. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah, it's...
So I don't know how they did it in year one, because when you think of carrying someone...
It's not like this. It's like...
Their knees are on your shoulders and their face is in your ass.
Yes.
You're the husband, because it's a wife-carrying competition, not the other way around.
I think it's probably...
Well, in terms of not having to exert yourself physically, right? Most of the weight of the wife is on her body's hanging on your shoulders, right?
Yeah.
So it's like wearing a weighted pack, as opposed to struggling to maintain her while your arms are...
Yeah, it goes down this way. It's like putting it all on your shoulders. And
even though they call it the wife-carrying competition, by the way, the rules don't require the participants to actually be married or even opposite genders. So as long as the wife being carried weighs at least 110 pounds, it doesn't matter. You could be a girl, you could be a boy, you could be another. You don't have to be married. You could be in a situationship, a relationship, or just a couple of bros hanging out.
Friends,
maybe you got a little friend, as long as they're 110 pounds. But yeah, so it's very interesting to watch these things. 110 pounds or more,
they're
and
funny.
The way that they carry. I wonder if in year one they were trying to figure it out, right? Like, what's the best way to carry someone, and then finally someone did it, and everybody else got on board, or if that was the go-to move from the start. You know what I mean? The way that they...
no, I get it.
Because it's very unique.
Even when you have little kids and you're at, a park, an amusement park for a long time, you're going to put them on your back or your shoulders, like you are. After a while, you're not doing this.
Right, it's hard. That's why you have a pack over your shoulders on the front or on the back to carry the kid, as opposed to walking around with them in your arms the entire time, because that gets ridiculous. You like Wordle, right?
I do.
There's a new game from the Wordle people.
Do they charge me for this one?
Josh Wardle, Wardle, the creator of the popular games now owned by the New York Times, releasing a new word game creation called Parse Word, and it's much more difficult than Wordle, apparently. And people are upset because Wordle is now reusing some of the words.
I won't remember the words I did 4 years ago.
It's apparently a cryptic crossword puzzle. Especially for beginners, it's apparently very difficult.
I bet.
A game for word nerds. So if you're into Wordle and trying to figure out the words every day, Parse Word, is the new game. First attempt earlier this week, very frustrating.
Yeah, no,
Wordle, very simple. Process of elimination, then actual wordplay. Parse Word demands a very firm grasp on the English language. You click around using synonyms, pulling parts of words, and playing with definitions to match one word to another.
I'm out.
You can go to where Wordle is played and try Parse Word at the site if you want to give it a shot.
Probably more my husband's jam. He's an English major, so he'd like that. I would find that just frustrating.
A couple of priest stories. Remember the priest we talked about the other day that was stealing from his own parish?
And then left, kind of on the run.
So a bishop from San Diego who was accused of embezzling almost $300,000 from his own parish and then resigned and was essentially fired by the Pope, wasn't just stealing the money, was taking the money and going to Mexican brothels. So put another coin in the bucket of crimes.
Oh, it took another...
It went to another level. Yeah. Stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from his church, officially booted from his role by the Pope. Pope Emmanuel Shaleta's resignation accepted by the Pope earlier this week, the same day that he was released from prison after posting a $125,000 bail. The Holy Father accepted the resignation from the pastoral care, yada, yada, yada.
And then they were like, oh, look.
Apparently, when he submitted his resignation in January, he was arrested 2 months later in March at the San Diego International Airport when he attempted to board a flight to Germany with over $9,000 in his bag. So he was going on the run, even though he's pled not guilty in the case. He was charged with 8 counts of embezzlement, 8 counts of money laundering, and 1 count of aggravated white-collar crime enhancement. And apparently he was taking that money and going to Mexican brothels. I think we know what's going on down there, right? A private investigator documenting Shaleta using a shuttle exclusive to the club's patrons for for this brothel down there in Mexico to visit the facility in Tijuana. Located in the red light district there, this guy going down and...
See, a private eye. Remember we talked about
rub
that?
Rub and tug and all that stuff.
Getting hired by the church to follow a pope or a priest around.
A priest, yeah, a bishop, I believe. Another priest who's in big trouble is the head of the Trinity Episcopal Cathedral in Pittsburgh, facing charges of being accused of stealing more than $1,000 in baseball cards from a Walmart.
What? Like tops?
The Reverend Aiden Smith arrested in late February by police after he just left a Walmart just outside of Pittsburgh with 27 packs of baseball cards concealed under his clothing and in a cardboard box. He was charged with receiving stolen property and retail theft. The police, responding to a call from Walmart security, said this guy was in the store again after having stolen from it the previous day. Police say the Walmart security video shows this guy taking baseball cards each of the 4 previous days and leaving without paying. Walmart valuing the baseball cards at a little over $1,000 total. And this guy apparently arrested for it and in big trouble, probably going to lose his job at this.
What is he doing?
I'm guessing he's opening the packs and selling them online and hoping to find some sort of rare card.
So he's reselling and trying to make a profit on stolen baseball cards? Is it really that lucrative?
I'm guessing.
He should just go like thrifting and then put it up on Poshmark or something. He's looking those stores in the where they're like, this is all the lost garbage.
Baseball cards. Yeah,
go there and then try to sell that.
No, he's got
baseball cards. Okay.
Yeah. And we here in the Midwest love our Quick Trips. Not everybody, but most of us really love Quick Trip. Buc-ee's, of course, trying to invade.
They have one.
Invade the space. They've got
down
one.
By DeForest.
I think they're planning to build another one. They're usually these giant, massive, almost truck stop.
I haven't been
We
yet.
went to one on our way back from Nashville, and it was okay. Whatever. I get why people like them because they're kind of like a Disney World of gas stations in a sense, right? It's got this sort of tourist attraction
this place
feel
has
to
everything.
it. But you may want to rethink stopping at Buc-ee's because several locations on the Better Business Bureau website have received an F rating because it says the Texas-based travel center has failed to respond to 88 customer complaints. As of March 11th, yesterday, 38 of the Buc-ee's locations in Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Texas received the F rating from the Better Business Bureau.
That's bad. F's bad.
Yeah, that means like dirty bathrooms,
That means
bad food.
real bad. F.
All sorts of stuff. Similar to review sites like Yelp, anybody can submit a complaint about a business on the Better Business Bureau website. Of the 88 outstanding complaints against Buc-ee's, the oldest unanswered submission dates back to March of 2023. Several complaints about the Beaver-laden travel center include issues with the car wash, broken or ineffective merchandise, and erroneous card charges. That one is the real stickler.
Yeah, stealing.
Right, where you're stealing my money, and I'm usually on the road, and I just stop here because it's a big, giant gas station that everybody's talked about.
I need stuff, and
it's
I'm
not
stopping
in my,
in.
Yeah, it's not in my neighborhood, per se. Last but not least, speaking of time wasters, we talked about this new game from the guys at Wordle. Mm-hmm. There's a website that you may want to go to today and check out. Have you heard of findtheinvisiblecow.com? Yeah, findtheinvisiblecow.com is the website. I'm not going to say anymore.
Is it like Waldo?
I went on there yesterday, and it's whatever. It'll give you 5 minutes of fun if you aren't very good at it. Findtheinvisiblecow.com.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind. I got up a little early, so I took the liberty of milking your cow for you. Yeah, it took a little while to get her warmed up. She sure is a stubborn one. Then, pow, all at once.
We don't have a cow. We have a bull.
I'll brush my teeth.
Make sure you have your volume up, by the way, if you're going to play findtheinvisiblecow.com. If you're looking to waste a few minutes of your company's time this morning, try the new Wordle game and try findtheinvisiblecow.com. Just a couple of suggestions. We'll get to sports after Shinedown.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
The action starts at 11 a.m. on the Big Ten Network with Ohio State taking on Iowa. That game will be followed by Wisconsin versus Washington about a half hour after the first game.
Around 3 o'clock-ish, is that right?
Yeah, 2:30, somewhere around there. Purdue and Northwestern will be at about 5:30 on the Big Ten Network, and then about a half hour later, after that game's over, it'll be followed by UCLA and Rutgers, Big Ten men's basketball tournament. Over on the ice, didn't go so well for the Badgers. Michigan State beat Notre Dame yesterday 6-1. Ohio State beat the brakes off of the Badgers 7-1. And then Penn State beat Minnesota 6-2. The Big Ten men's hockey tournament continues on Saturday with Penn State versus Michigan at 4 on the Big Ten Network. And then Ohio State taking on number 1 seeded Michigan State at 6:30. That game also on the Big Ten Network. Right. But yeah, the Badgers, boy, almost a no-show yesterday against Ohio State. At home, no less. They're in Madison.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe Grant was right not going to the game. It's downtown.
I got pictures from it last night. My daughter was at that game. First hockey game. It wasn't a great one to see.
Did they stay for the entire game? Team USA advancing out of pool play in the World Baseball Classic. Everybody breathes a sigh of relief. Team USA going to face Canada tomorrow in the tournament's quarterfinals. They, of course, lost to Italy, but thanks to Italy's 9-1 win over Mexico last night, Team USA advances.
USA, greatest country in the world.
Yeah, we got real lucky with that one. Real lucky. Real lucky. Couple of, bunch of moves in the NFL free agency. Lots of moves being made, but a couple of the bigger ones yesterday. Obviously, the Baltimore Ravens and the Max Crosby thing falling apart. So the Ravens pivot. They signed free agent defensive end Trey Hendrickson. Sides agreed to a 4-year, $112 million deal. It can be worth up to $120 million with incentives. Includes $60 million fully guaranteed and a $20 million signing bonus. That keeps Hendrickson a 4-time Pro Bowler with the Bengals in the AFC North and gives the Ravens the pass rusher they need less than a day after Baltimore backed out of their trade with the Vegas Raiders for Max Crosby. And the Colts, along with quarterback Daniel Jones, got to an agreement yesterday on a 2-year, $88 million contract. Could be worth up to $100 million. He's going to get $50 million fully guaranteed at signing. $60 million is guaranteed for injury. He's recovering from a torn Achilles. He's expected to be ready to start the regular season. But Daniel Jones is kind of like a Kirk Cousins, man. Signing all these giant deals and not really doing much. I mean, like, he's okay. He's serviceable, but he's not like this guy that's going to lead your team to the promised land, but he's getting all these deals. Kind of like Kirk Cousins, kind of a career backup, occasionally getting a chance to start. We've got Office Cora coming up a bit later on. Let us know what she's up to this weekend in the 715 after she recovered from her illness last week. Also, bad news, happy music. Got a text from Lance in Lansing.
Okay, what's he say?
Said, with it being so close to St. Patrick's Day and you mentioning to put your patio furniture away, I thought it was fitting to ask, who's Irish and stays out all night?
Something patio, isn't it?
Patio furniture.
Patio furniture, yeah. Patio.
Dad joke. Not a good one either. I suppose if they're grown-worthy, they're essentially a dad joke, right?
Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Thanks, Lance from Lansing. If you have any better jokes you'd like to share, please do so. Rockmornings.com.
I was thinking about yesterday. I haven't had one Shamrock Shake. Have you?
Either. No, but I haven't had McDonald's in weeks, so
I mean, but
I haven't had the Big Arch Burger either.
I've usually had.
They used to come in. They used to bring them in the morning.
I mean,
I'm kind of like,
maybe that's today. Maybe I got to get myself a Shamrock Shake today.
You doing any Irish stuff for meals? I know you said your people don't really get down on that.
No, we talked about it last night. I don't know. We might pick some up on St. Patrick's Day from somebody else instead of making a big one. Yeah, we did go to a local restaurant that specializes in Irish food last weekend, and I had some Irish stew, so that was yummy.
Yeah, we're going to do the traditional corned beef and cabbage, potatoes, carrots, all that stuff on Sunday with my in-laws coming over, so
Thanks for the joke, though.
No reason to stray from the obvious.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Spring break. Now, don't do anything you'll regret, but if you're powerless against body shots, bad decisions, and donkey shows, make sure you're protected with Spring Break Regret Insurance. Get a drunken tattoo? Covered. Mystery hookup? Covered. Scooter accident? Covered. Accidentally Venmoing $800 to a guy named DJ Tank? Covered. With Spring Break Regret Insurance, our team will delete your social media before your parents see a thing. And sign up now, and we'll include our emergency text your ex apology service. Spring Break Regret Insurance, because tequila makes terrible financial decisions.
Forgot to include getting Bonnie Blue pregnant. Doesn't she show up at spring breaks and bang a bunch of college kids? Now she's pregnant?
I thought she was
Allegedly.
Semi-retired for the time being.
Yeah. Spring break regret insurance. A lot of people heading out on spring break. Your daughter going to do anything?
No.
Is she just coming home?
She's coming home.
No.
Yeah,
no,
but it's not, that's not for like a couple weeks. But I did talk to one of our staff members
no
who
Lake Havasu
works at our sports station, and he leaves tomorrow for Texas.
For spring break?
For spring break, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so different schools have different times,
sure.
but it's somewhere in this vicinity, right? Right around spring?
Between now and Easter, yeah.
Yeah. Easter's early this year, too, right?
First Sunday of April.
Of April, right.
5th, I think.
New episode of Survivor last night, and apparently Jeff Probst was rapping.
All right.
Did you hear this?
I did not.
Survivor 50, they're trying to do some different stuff, and that includes the host of the show rapping.
I'll tell you what, before we get to the festivities, can I get a little bit of this? Now, this season's in the hands of the fans. They're calling the shots. It's out of our hands. They picked the buffs you're wearing today and the rice and supplies, but they said, no way. And now it's time to drop another fan blade. The dangerous kind. This one will cut your throat. So are you ready to drop your plans? Are you ready to drop your hands? Are you ready to drop your bluffs? Because the fans have spoken. It's time to drop your buffs. Drop your buffs.
Jeff Probst, the host of Survivor, rapping during last night's episode of Survivor, reminded me of the time Shaw rapped the weather.
All right, listen up, yo. I'm dropping some weather, bro. We'll be seeing rain in our hood. Some sun would be nice. That'd be good. Later today, a big orange ball will be high, like Snoop Dogg in the sky. Warmer than normal for the first time in weeks, but later this week, we may have rosy cheeks. Highs in the 40s, even the 30s. Damn. Hey, Mother Nature, you're a biatch, ma'am.
Shaw rapping the weather many years ago. I don't know if that was really rapping, but it was the best he could do.
And what does Jeff care? You know what I mean? He's been the host of Survivor for 1,000 years. He gets a paycheck, and
and gets to be on location at these tropical places his entire life.
And he gets real food and drinks and
he's not the one
bed to sleep in and stuff.
I will say, I give them credit, right? They make him sort of look like he's also competing, right? I don't watch the show anymore, but when I do see videos and clips from the show,
he looks athletic and out there, right?
No, but he's not like overdressed for the situation, right? Like a host sometimes can be, right? Where the contestants are down and dirty and in the muck. He looks like, he could probably compete in some of those competitions.
But he's not. He's got a very nice place to spend the night.
Yeah, a hotel with air conditioning is probably where he's staying. And a chef-prepared meal, not bugs off the beach.
Exactly.
Today on television, you got the first season finale of Star Trek Starfleet Academy on Paramount+, the 7th season premiere of a show called Virgin River on Netflix. I had never even heard of this, and when I watched the trailer this morning, I realized why.
She wants us to be the parents for baby.
You feeling ready?
Well, it's feeling kind of surreal.
We're having a baby.
We're having a baby.
You look like you could use a friend.
I could, actually.
Some of you had lost faith in me, but being your doctor is personal to me. Knowing that there's someone in your corner, someone you can trust.
They'll stand by you.
This is the end of one chapter and the beginning of another.
Yes, it is.
What's going on with you and Preach?
I love him.
So
Wondering if it's enough to keep me there.
So, when did you enroll and get so close?
We're kidding, right?
It's not your motive that I'm worried about.
I need a little time.
What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to sit here and wait?
Well, what else can we do? It's not our baby. Not yet.
So it's a Hallmark movie?
It looks like 7 seasons of Hallmark movies. Who's watching this crap, and why is there 7 seasons of it?
A bunch.
Virgin River, apparently, new
Starts
season.
with a shocking death, apparently. I don't know if that's a spoiler.
All these people
alert or
talking about their
not,
feelings and crap. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's the
Season
thing.
7 premiere of
Yeah.
Virgin River on Netflix. Man, there are shows out there, and I'm just not aware of them. New episodes of Scrabble and Trivial Pursuit on the CW tonight. You've also got new episodes of 911, Law & Order, Matlock, 911 Nashville, Law & Order SVU, Elsbeth, The Hunting Party, and Grey's Anatomy. Late night shows are all new. Fallon is talking to Sting, Minnie Driver, and Shaggy. It wasn't me. Kimmel is new with Will Forte. He's in that new show, Sunny Nights, about the spray tan company in Australia we talked about. Bunny XO, which is Jelly Roll's woman, right? Didn't he just get inducted into the old Grand Opry or whatever the hell that thing is called down there in Nashville?
I guess I didn't know that, but yeah.
Also,
she's interesting.
Kimmel's talking to Nora Jones and Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. Stephen Colbert has got Wanda Sykes and Robert Smigel. And Kristen Chenoweth and her giant forehead are going to be on with Seth Meyers tonight. Kelly Clarkson wrapping up her talk show. Coming to an end, right?
Yeah.
Focusing more on family. And
well, her ex-husband passed away.
And all that stuff.
She's got a couple kids to raise. And
yeah, she recently revealed that when she won season 1 of American Idol, apparently they were supposed to give her a bunch of money in a car as a prize, not to mention, the recording contract and all that stuff. But apparently she didn't actually get those prizes.
They were like, oh, you win $1 million or whatever. No, you didn't. They lied.
Wait,
you did
what?
not.
What'd you
No,
get?
it was like $1 million worth of investment in you. And then they said you get a car, and I needed it because my car was bashed in and I couldn't afford the deductible. No, I did not get a car. And then Clay Aiken, who didn't win the second season, got a car and his mom.
things worked out for her, but I see what she's saying, right? You think you're going to win $1 million, and then they're like, no, it's $1 million of an American Idol tour that you get to go on to.
It worked out for you.
Well, it did.
Not to say that your talent wasn't going to get you there eventually, but that exposure and being the first one makes all the difference in the world.
But there is a semantic difference between, the $1 million.
Well, and it was kind of new at the time, right? There wasn't The Voice and all these other.
$1 million.
So they were probably like, hey, we'll do a singing competition, which is not groundbreaking, but it's this new one. And if it works, then good for us. And we've got a racehorse on our hands, which they do. Now they're in season 24 because Kelly won in 2002. But yeah, she apparently didn't get what they promised. They did throw her in that crappy movie from Justin to what was it? From Kelly to Justin or Justin to
those
Kelly?
Tours that they would go on, those American
the Idol
tours.
Kelly Clarkson!
Yeah. And who else got name dropped in one of the funniest scenes in American film history? I look like a man-o'-lantern. You can thank Kelly Clarkson for that. Yeah. Kelly Clarkson recently on her daytime talk show talking about how she didn't get the prizes that they promised her. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We got a text from Lance earlier with some really bad joke about patio furniture. You can also download the apps, 95.7 The Rock or 92.9 The X. You can download those apps and submit voicemails, pictures, and videos.
Good morning, Brian and Gene. I'm just calling in on my way into work to see if you could play Jaded by Spirit Box for me, please.
Ooh, some Spirit
Thank
Box.
you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Tyler. That was Tyler with the voicemail message. Appreciate that.
On his way to work.
On your way to work.
Gotta make the donut.
Get to that here in just a little bit. Also, Hypothetical Thursday. We'll ask each other hypothetical questions. Office Cora will join us just after 8 a.m. We'll find out what she's up to this weekend in the 715. I'm sure she's itching to get out and do stuff because last week she was sick with strep throat.
No, thank you. Do not want. Wind advisory starts tonight into tomorrow morning, by the way. 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. And then it settles down a little bit for Saturday before the snow starts, about 8, 9 o'clock on Saturday night into Sunday. So if you're traveling, then that may be impactful.
All right. It's Nirvana.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Just got a text from Mark. said, "Good morning, Brian and Gene. Could you please play some Godsmack?" And there you go.
Just like that.
Just for you, Mark, some Godsmack. Also, we got that voicemail from Tyler a little while ago. Wanted to hear some Spirit Box. We'll try to get to that. And we just got a voicemail from Brad.
Late night shows are all new.
You know who watches Virgin River?
Minnie Driver and Shaggy.
My ex-wife. That's who watches Virgin River. And she can watch it.
Will Forte.
All right, well,
okay.
We found the one person that's keeping that series alive.
I think
7
there's more
seasons
than
of
that, or it wouldn't be 7 seasons. But yeah, his ex-wife likes it. Is a big fan.
I wonder if that's the part of the reason the X exists.
It's a Netflix series, right?
All I know is if my wife tried to force me to watch crap like that, there might be an X in front of the wife.
All the episodes dropped at once, by the way.
For all 7 seasons?
No, for the 7th season.
Okay. It's not a half and half like Bridgerton. Like, look, man, my wife watches Bridgerton. I have no interest in it whatsoever,
So
but
you don't watch that?
She doesn't try to include me, doesn't expect me to be a part of that.
It's her own thing. That's when Virgin River could be her own thing.
Brad sounds like he has intimate knowledge of 6 seasons of Virgin River. Thanks, Brad. Appreciate the voicemail.
It's like a nighttime soap, you know?
Gross. Moving on to things that are also heartwarming. You've seen these dogs that show up at shelters that are matted, severely matted.
Oh, yeah.
With the fur looks like
Where
dreadlocks.
you can't even see their face sometimes. They're completely...
Dozens and dozens of pounds of fur just matted from years of neglect and being on the streets or locked in a cage. Well, there was an 8-year-old dog. Her name was Gracie May. Recently arrived at a rescue in Minnesota, severely neglected. Her fur was so badly matted, it restricted her movements, partially covered her eyes.
Yeah.
Veterinarians, however, once she showed up at the shelter, were able to shave off over a pound of tangled fur, immediately helping her see, walk, and move comfortably again, not to mention eating much healthier at the shelter, getting proper vet care. And now Gracie May has been adopted, by the way, and is living her best life. She also had severely overgrown nails.
I hate that.
No recent medical records. Shaved off a pound of matted fur, revealing a very healthy, very social, and very gentle dog underneath.
Where was she? Like on the street or something?
Almost can't even... You got to see the before and afters. Gracie May, brand new look after being freed from years of severely matted fur. She was taken in by Rough Start Rescue in Princeton, Minnesota, after she was surrendered by her elderly owner, who could no longer care for the dog. So the elderly owner obviously wasn't caring for the dog in the first place. Maybe was feeding it, letting it go outside, but no proper grooming, no, vet care, all that stuff. Entering the rescue with the severely matted fur, overgrown nails. It was told that she was 8 years old based on the veterinary exam and the condition of the dog's teeth. They think she's more like 4 years old, so younger.
Oh, younger.
They say when we first saw Gracie May, she was severely matted over her entire body. It was so extensive that it limited her movement. Almost had to be carried around like a little stuffed animal at first because she couldn't move comfortably on her own. Veterinary team started working on her in-depth grooming session to take off the piles and piles of dirty fur that she was carrying around, believed to be a poodle terrier mix. She was sedated, carefully shaved. They say in cases like this, sedation is often the best option because it keeps the dog calm, helps reduce stress while the team works to remove the tight mats and can be uncomfortable and time-consuming. Needed a full shave down from the nose to the tail rather than just spot removal, which is not something they see in most cases. Yeah, dog's coat was neglected. The pet was actually socialized and friendly with people and other pets. And you got to see the before and afters. Tolerant, gentle, allowed our team to hold her, handle her, cooperative. Also got a updated distemper and rabies vaccine, heartworm test, nail trim, thorough exam. And also got herself a new jacket. Keep her warm now that she doesn't have all that fur. And she's been adopted.
She's happy as can be.
Yep.
And youthful. If she's only 4, she's got a lot of spunk and spirit and time left.
Rough Start Rescue in Princeton, Minnesota, taking
transformation.
Gracie May and getting her back on her feet and living her best life.
I was like, I mean, it wasn't matted, but do you remember when we had took in Harriet from the shelter?
Briefly, I mean, that was a long time ago. So
Yeah,
but
she was neglected, but she had fleas so bad that she had like scratched all of her fur off of the her whole backside from here, and her legs and her butt and her tail and the whole thing. And
it's a simple
when we took her
fix
in
when it comes to fleas.
She had been treated for fleas. Obviously, that wasn't a problem. But when we took her in as a foster, she was completely hairless. She was thin, and her rib cage was showing and stuff. And she ended up, we took her in as a foster, and then she never left, of course.
Yeah, another case of adopt, don't shop. Well, yeah, it's tough to do the foster thing.
Yeah, but the improvement of her, it took months and months and months, but the coat and the thickness and the softness and her love.
It's incredible how they can turn around. We had the
transformation was unbelievable.
Same thing with Maggie when we adopted her.
Yeah.
It had been sprayed by a skunk, smelled like piss and old vinegar and yellowed skin, and her face was obviously torn up, and her ears were torn up, and frostbitten, and she was emaciated, very skinny, and just had a lot of issues. Ended up with a tapeworm that we had to deal with. Oof. But several months later, after a lot of vet care and a lot of healthy meals, she came right back around.
Gracie May.
Same as Gracie May. 19-year-old pilot was forced to make an emergency landing on a road in Florida after his small plane lost power minutes after takeoff. Thankfully, there was a truck driver who saw the guy going down and was able to slow down traffic behind him on the busy road to clear a path for this kid to land in front of him. Yeah.
Knew that I was only at 500 feet off the ground, so I'm going down for sure. So I started troubleshooting immediately, looking outside for a spot to land. Was able to find a nice open spot, touched down, landed smoothly. I was just shocked. Honestly, no words. Beyond blessed. Glory to God that I'm alive.
Oh, my God.
19-year-old Nico Bray flying a small single-engine plane with a passenger when it suddenly lost power just minutes after takeoff. Only a couple hundred feet off the ground, knew he had very little time to react. Originally thought about a coastal road, but then realized it would be too tight to try to fit the plane on that road. So he looked for a highway. But it was afternoon traffic. And that's when a truck driver noticed what was happening and stepped up in a very big way. The driver slowing down traffic behind him and helped hold off some of the vehicles, clearing a path for the plane to come down and land safely on this highway. This guy,
an aware and alert truck driver.
Nico, was able to guide the aircraft down safely without anybody being injured. Pretty crazy. Happened at about 2:30 in the afternoon. A bunch of 911 calls made from drivers being like, yo, dude, there's a plane on the highway here, man. Emergency crews soon arriving. Situation already had ended. Yeah.
Amazing.
Crazy.
That is alert and aware people that are able to react in the moment and come up with a plan. You know what I mean? Okay, here's the plan, and here's what we're doing, and we're all going to enact it, and hopefully everybody is on board.
Hypothetical Thursday. We'll get to our questions for each other a bit later on. Also, Office Cora is going to join us. And, of course, Bad News Happy Music is on the way at about 8:35.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Welcome to March 12th.
It's National Girl Scout Day.
Girl Scout?
A Girl Scout.
National Girl Scout Day. What do they do?
What do they do? What don't they do?
We do a lot.
They do a lot of volunteer work.
And they sell cookies, too.
I'm with the Girl Scouts.
How are we supposed to make money selling cookies, huh?
You'll see, they practically sell themselves.
Happy National Girl Scouts Day.
Showtime.
National Girl Scouts Day. Go home and order some cookies if you haven't already got some.
If you go to Girl Scouts...
was it cookiefinder.org,
yeah,
I think it is?
You can find the day and location and where you are and where they are and how you can get your cookies. Adventurefuls, is that the ones that you're all about this year?
Yeah, they're newish, right? So they got the little,
caramel almost.
Caramely dot in the middle with the drizzle on top, and it's delish. I think they're Adventurefuls is what they're called. We were grocery shopping. I told you this story. We were grocery shopping like 2 weeks ago when the Girl Scouts were first out in the stores. And as we were exiting with our cart full of groceries, there was two wonderful young ladies that were set up in the lobby of the Festival Foods.
Selling cookies.
With their dad.
Uh-huh.
And he was, keeping an eye on things. And they were more than happy to sell us some Girl Scout cookies.
Of course.
And then attempt to make change. And we gave them a $20 for one box. We had already had some Girl Scout cookies from our friend Sally Egan. So we only wanted the one box. I had been telling my wife about them. I'm like, we got to get these. They're really good. And so we bought the box, and then they were trying to make change, and the dad was, trying to coach them up a little bit. And I said, okay. I said, how many is this? Because this is how much.
Right.
It's 6. And I said, how many are left if I want to get to 10? And I went like this, and they said 4. And I said, then add another 10, and you've got our chain. I'm trying to make it, and I don't have kids, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm trying. Well,
making fun and interacting with them, and
right.
That's good.
And having a good experience and all that stuff. Well, our stupid asses forgot to grab the stupid cookies.
You had such a great experience doing math with the young ladies.
We didn't realize it until we got home. Got home afterwards, and the cookies were nowhere to be found, so my wife had to go buy some Girl Scout cookies, the Adventurefuls, last week when they were selling them at the grocery store.
Cookie Finder. If you just put in your zip code, it'll tell you where and when your troops are going to be out.
National Girl Scout Day. It's also Alfred Hitchcock Day. Go home and watch a Hitchcock
Birds
movie
or something
while eating some
Girl Scout
cookies. It's also Popcorn Lovers Day. So maybe while watching the Hitchcock movie, instead of the cookies, you're eating some popcorn. And then maybe save the cookies for afterwards. A couple of popcorn-related news items here. Chinese scientists have apparently developed a new variety of tomato, which has a popcorn-like aroma. They made it using gene editing technology, which sounds exactly like something I really want to eat. Something that's been gene edited.
Why do we want it to smell like it?
I don't know, dude.
Okay, all right.
The goal here for the gene editing was to fix the fading flavor of tomatoes during transport and storage, right? They're never going to be as ripe and delicious as they are when they come off the vine.
Yeah, no, and at the
Not
store,
to mention they're sprayed with pesticides.
They don't even. It's like, is this thing even a? I mean, the difference between a store tomato and a farmer's market tomato are night and day, obviously.
Right. The color, the
garden,
depth of the flavor, all that stuff. Yeah, they basically were able to enhance the smell while not changing anything else, like the way the tomato grows, along with its nutritional value. The next step is trying to introduce it to commercial growers. So you may be seeing some popcorn-like tomatoes out there. And they also, apparently, University of Illinois professor, along with a couple of brewers in Urbana, Illinois. Did I say that right? Or is it Urbana?
Urbana.
They have created Super Pop, a naturally savory popcorn with subtle nutty notes and a crisp crunch, so it sounds almost like caramel corn. They call this popcorn, this Super Pop, so good it doesn't need butter.
Huh.
Dude, I hate plain popcorn. Not only do I not really like popcorn, and my stomach and guts don't really enjoy it, but if it doesn't have any flavor on it, like butter or caramel or cheese or something, I am way out on it. Way out.
It has to have some sort of flavored salt on it?
Something. Apparently, they spent 8 years developing this Super Pop popcorn. Already available at the Riggs Beer Company Tap House. Plans to make it available across the country. So a couple of popcorn-related news items on Popcorn Lovers Day. Yesterday was No Smoking Day, right? Mm-hmm. Did you no smoke yesterday, or did you smoke?
I did not participate.
You didn't participate in the no smoking, huh? Well, if you're trying to quit smoking...
Yes. What about it?
And there's a lot of gums and patches and things you can do, and hypnotism and mints and everything. Have you tried magic mushrooms?
Like, this isn't the mushroom coffee. This is actually
like psychedelic mushrooms. A new study apparently says that if you want to get rid of your smoking habit, you might want to try psychedelics. The trial was done at Johns Hopkins University, so it's a real study. This isn't some guy named Steve down the street. It compared people who experimented with magic mushrooms to those who tried nicotine patches. People who had taken just one dose of the magic mushrooms had more than 6 times greater odds of quitting cigarettes than the others who relied on the nicotine substitute.
If you want to quit smoking, try magic mushrooms. Warning, you might also negotiate peace between this ashtray and a talking raccoon named Melvin. Oh, and the cigarettes are saying...
Don't smoke me, man. I've got a gig at the ant colony.
Wait! The fluorescent giraffe is explaining the meaning of time to your toaster.
This message brought to you by psilocybin. Ask your doctor if a cigarette turned into a tiny jazz saxophone sees things growing in your carpet.
Also, they apparently used to treat a wide range of conditions: depression, OCD,
microdosing,
PTSD, anxiety, cluster headaches, migraines.
Yeah. They also, by the way, just, for the science of it all, obviously didn't just go down the street and start talking to random smokers and giving them hits of acid.
No, it's study.
Well-controlled environments, under observation, lab techs, and all that stuff. Yada, yada, yada. But apparently magic mushrooms might be able to, if you have a real problem quitting and the mints and the gums and everything else aren't working, might be a chance for you to try some magic mushrooms in a controlled environment. Got a text from someone, Lindsay. Says, my daughter is a Girl Scout. I work in La Crescent. Would be more than happy to help you guys or any of your listeners get your cookie fix. LOL.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, the girls are setting up at the grocery stores, at the Walmarts.
Cookie Finder.
You can go to the Cookie Finder website. They're setting up at all sorts of places.
Yeah, and what's nice about
bringing
that...
the sheet into the workplace and all that stuff.
You just put the zip code in there, and it'll tell you where they're going to be by date or location. And so if you want some today, for instance, or if you're going grocery shopping this weekend, where will they be? They'll tell you.
Sports coming up in a bit right now, Beastie Boys.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Man, oh man, the NFL is just throwing caution to the wind, and I kind of like it.
What are we doing? Is this changing rules? Is this some sort of new thing for 2026?
It used to be Sundays and Mondays. That was it.
Now it's Thursdays.
And then we got Thursdays.
Sometimes Saturdays.
Occasionally we get a Saturday. Then it was Thanksgiving, and now it's Christmas, and it's every effing day of the year.
Okay, so what's happening?
Thanksgiving Eve, bitches. The drinkingest, most drinkingest of drinkingest days of the year.
Thanksgiving Eve?
Yes.
Just got
the NFL is exploring the possibility of playing a game on the day before Turkey Day. We've already got 3 of them on Thanksgiving. When we gird up our loins, yada, yada, yada.
America.
I'm all about it. I don't care. I'm pro more NFL.
No way.
I enjoy it. I like the product, man. I love your product.
I love your product, man.
The added day to the schedule could come as early as this upcoming season, which would be Wednesday, November 25th. It would mark the latest move by the NFL in the last couple of years to deviate from their traditional scheduling in order to add games on or around national holidays. Oh, what's that, NBA? You like Christmas? Guess what, bitches? Here comes the NFL. Knock, knock. We coming in.
Thanksgiving Eve.
It sounds like right now they're just looking at one game. We're going international. We got 9 international games. Maybe a Thanksgiving Eve game. I know some people are getting fatigued. They're getting too much NFL. I'm all for it.
I just wish it wasn't so hard to watch. You know,
that is the one
that's
part.
The part that's annoying.
Look, for us, it's not so bad. We've got all of the apps that you need. We've got the Prime. We've got the Netflix. We got all this stuff. But it's just annoying in the sense that every time I want to watch a game, I got to go somewhere. I wish it was fully a la carte, where you could go to the NFL's website or go to the app and say, I want to watch this game. It's going to cost me $20, $50, whatever it is, instead of paying a whole package for the entire year. And I know you can do some of that occasionally, but that's what I really want.
I want to be able to be a fan without having to jump through a million hoops and have a bunch of different apps.
If you think
I know
the NFL's
changing,
rough,
but the way
go try to watch Major League Baseball games. They're even worse. NFL, maybe on Thanksgiving Eve. Corbin says, make the NFL year-round.
Well, that's not happening, but we could extend it a little bit here. This would.
They are talking about adding games. They are talking about adding games. We're going to an 18-game season at some point. A couple of NASCAR notes.
Tell me.
Not sure if you saw this, but Alex Bowman, we actually talked about him last week during the racing report because he was going to be out with vertigo.
Yeah, and Doc suffers from vertigo. We were talking about that. It's just awful. He was like not cleared to race.
So he's also not cleared to race again for the second week in a row. Alex Bowman, front Roman Bowman, going to miss a second consecutive NASCAR race because of vertigo. Will be replaced by Justin Allgaier at the Vegas Motor Speedway this weekend. The president and GM of Hendricks Motorsports, Jeff Andrews, said Alex continues to work closely with doctors towards being medically cleared, but he's still experiencing some lingering symptoms. He's put a lot of into the recovery process and will continue to support him every step of the way. Priority, blah, 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 blah. But, so Alex Bowman out for his second week in a row dealing with vertigo, and Justin Allgaier will step into his vehicle. Meanwhile, did you hear about Jonathan Davis? I saw this last night right before I went to bed, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I saw the text from Doc this morning. Yeah, that guy, the front man for Korn, is going to be the Grand Marshal of the race in Phoenix, the Pennzoil 400 NASCAR race at the Vegas Motor Speedway. Annual race taking place this Sunday. Generally, the Grand Marshal delivers the opening command to get the races ready and partakes in other various promotional activities. There's video of him participating in a lap at the track ahead of the race. Bit of a promotional tie-in because the car that Jonathan Davis is driving in the promotional video, branded with the logo for Sick New World, that music festival in Vegas. Korn are scheduled to co-headline the event next month alongside System of a Down. That'll be at the Las Vegas Festival Grounds in Las Vegas, Nevada on April 25th.
So you'll be able to see him in the pre-race festivities ahead of the green flag on Sunday.
Yep.
Our concerts are loud, fast, and full of chaos, which sounds a lot like a NASCAR race. So I'm excited to jump into that world and soak up the energy of the track in Vegas.
And last but not least, certainly not least, in fact, this may be one of the most amazing things I have seen in a very long time.
Oh, boy.
And we just witnessed...
What is this?
Both of the USA teams beating Canada at the Olympics. It was a wonderful moment for hockey, for women, for men, for the U.S., all that crap. But this hockey goal might be... I was bawling this morning watching this hockey goal. And the audio is not good because it's not professional. But once you read the backstory and you know where this comes from... You'll understand why I was crying my eyes out this morning.
And here come the Patriots the other way on the rush. Getting around the defender is Connor Rogers. He's going to have an opportunity on the wrister. Goes around the net and can't get to the other side of the net. But here comes BBS. A break in the other way. It's Dorgan. A storybook ending to the semifinal. BBS wins it in double overtime. Runs onto the ice to celebrate with his team. Colin Dorgan, who's been through so much the past month. What a moment for the senior. Sends BBS to the championship game.
And again, I apologize for that audio. That is straight from the website. His brother, his mother, and his grandfather all killed a month ago at that Rhode Island hockey shooting.
Yep. I can't even believe he can play.
And here he is.
3 weeks ago.
Colin Dorgan, a senior, delivering on a breakaway in double overtime, lifting Blackstone Valley Co-op to a 3-2 win over Portsmouth and advancing into the Rhode Island Division II hockey final. He said, quote, greatest moment of my life.
Well, such a high after such lows.
Teammates pouring onto the ice.
I'm sure.
Fans going absolutely nuts. You got to watch the video. You can't. It's unbelievable. A month earlier, Dorgan's brother, his mother, and his grandfather killed when the shooter, identified as Robert Dorgan, some psychopath, opened fire on spectators at the Dennis M. Lynch Arena in Pawtucket, Rhode Island during Blackstone Valley's senior day game.
Purposefully to murder his ex-family.
Died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Good riddance to that piece of trash. Specifically targeting his family members. 2 others critically injured as well. And here's this kid 1 month later, after all of that tragedy in his life, scoring the game-winning double overtime goal. I was bawling my eyes out. I'm tearing up right now.
A couple extra notes on that. All high school sports for that school were postponed for a week after that shooting. And Blackstone Valley, all the sports. But Blackstone Valley didn't play hockey for nearly 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Finally returning to the ice for the start of these quarterfinals, and that was only late last week. All players have on the team have a heart stitched on the front of their jerseys with the initials of the 3 who died in that shooting. The coach says the biggest thing for us after the tragedy was to keep them together as a family. I was with Colin every single day and his sister, and we as a group for 14 days straight. The coach was with
Have to be.
Colin and his sister, I believe it made a difference. The bonding that this team went through every day the last 2 weeks has been nothing less than superior.
Well, the kid lost essentially his entire family, or a lot of it. And when that's gone, what do you turn to?
I love these kids, and I know they love me. They're my brothers out there. Colin Dorgan.
Couldn't get through it the first time when I watched it this morning. It was so brutal. Stellar piece of sportsmanship there, and awesome to see. We'll get to our hypothetical questions in just a couple minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
That is Daughtry on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Got a text from someone, not sure who they are. Said, I have a VC box. I can watch anything I want to. Pay-per-view, Brewer games, football games. It apparently costs $379. Only need Wi-Fi. Best purchase I've ever made. I saw these at the boat show, actually. There was a booth at the sports show at the Lacrosse Center a couple of weeks ago that was selling these things. Said the box is awesome. No streaming. Check the website out. Thank you very much for the info. My wife and I, of course, have had... we cut the cable many, many years ago, and we've had Fire Sticks, and you can jailbreak those, and you can download apps and watch things in a gray area when it comes to streaming and whatever. The problem is that the apps, of course, disappear randomly, and now Amazon is teaming up, and they're disabling some of these apps as well. And my wife was getting concerned, and I said to her, I'm like, look, as long as there's cable or entertainment on television or YouTube or whatever, there'll be people out there with black boxes or some form of way to...
Well, this sounds like one you can...
Well, we had it in the 80s. We had a black box. And it was like there was a guy up the street that knew a guy, and you paid $150, and you could watch all the pay-per-views and HBOs. And then in the 90s, it went to... Everything kind of started to go towards, cutting the cord and streaming in the early 2000s and using Fire Sticks and all sorts of stuff.
You saw this, though, at the outdoor show, so interesting.
Yeah. Corbin texted in, said make the NFL year-round. That's probably never going to happen. You'd have to have two separate rosters, essentially, right? I mean, you couldn't have the same 52 guys playing all year round. Jim texted in, said, I teared up with that video. Yeah, so did I. Colin Dorgan is the kid's name, and after losing several of his family members in that horrific shooting at that hockey arena in Rhode Island about a month ago, he scored the double overtime game-winning goal for his team to send him to the championships in Rhode Island, D2. Pretty cool. Thank you very much for all the text messages. rockmornings.com to get in touch with us. It is Hypothetical Thursday. Time to ask each other hypothetical questions. I'm going to go first, Gene. We actually referenced a couple of these things recently. One of them was having 10 seconds to talk to your dog. What would you say if you only had 10 seconds? That was earlier this week. And then you had recently traveled overseas, and there's obviously a language barrier. Would you rather be able to speak all languages on Earth or be able to speak to all animals? So no matter where you go in the world,
speak the language.
You know the language.
Traveling at this point in my life is probably not going to be all that much, right?
Or you're in a situation
I could be a
where
hell of an interpreter for the next 10 years.
You're in a situation where
sure, you need that. I could work at the hospital and I could do all of the language.
You're on a bus, right?
Yeah,
and someone doesn't know what's going on.
Scenario being that helpful at this point, right? Like if you were starting your career and you could speak all the for real, you go to work for the government and you could be I can interpret anything, all the things, right? Yeah, so that has those kind of crazy possibilities. But so I watched the trailer for that Pixar movie Hoppers.
Yeah, where they put your consciousness into the body of a beaver.
Well, she essentially becomes it because she has the stuffed animal. She gets in the machine, like the fly. But that looks real fun too, right? Because then she's hanging with all the animals and they're having fun together, and that looks real good. But I don't want to talk to the cow that's on the truck to get slaughtered, right? I don't want that. But walking in the woods, into Snow White, right? That whole thing sounded really ideal. Where I walk into the woods.
If you could have one, which one would it be? Would you rather be able to speak all human languages? Or speak to all animals?
Like I said, at a different point in my life, I probably would have taken all languages, but at this point, I'd probably take animals.
Animals, huh?
Sounds more magical, like potentially magical.
Well, that has a lot of potential as well.
It does too, doesn't it?
Because then you're the only person that can help the animals, like Dr. Dolittle, when they're sick or they're in need. Right? What's wrong, buddy? Got to take it to the vet. Got to do a lot of expensive investigation. Try to figure it out.
Call in, Gene. We've got an issue over here with this dolphin.
Well, you'd be at the vet office all the damn time, though. Everyone would be
all over,
everyone would
like
be bothering
at zoos.
you.
Hey, what's up with this giraffe?
You could do like a national touring thing in an auditorium, and people would be bringing their pets in.
I could talk
and they'd
to
be
them.
like, what did my pet say?
See, yeah, I'm taking animals. Sounds more magical.
All right. Dr. Dolittle, huh?
I could come over, and then I could tell you, like, your cat's pooping on purpose because it's mad.
He might be. He might be. I don't know.
He's mad pooping. I could come over and...
He is mad pooping.
It's angry pooping.
Yeah. Hypothetical Thursday, my question for Gene, if you could choose one, which one would you choose? You can speak every single human language and understand it.
Right.
Or would you rather talk to animals? And you're going animals. I'd go languages. Look, I want to hear what but I'm good not. I'm also good not. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. I don't know if I need to sit around and have a conversation with my dog.
I know. Would you have to, though? Just because you could doesn't mean you'd have to, right?
Well, and think of the dog's intelligence, right? Like, what is the dog really thinking? Ball, food, ball, food,
love you,
ball,
love
food,
you,
ball,
love
food,
you,
love
love
you,
you, love
love
you,
you, love you.
love you,
What's
love
going on
you.
over here, over there? Are they having a true conversation, right? Or are they just, is it the dog's mind?
I don't know. I've
like
had
this.
some very smart
Cheese,
dogs,
cheese,
right?
cheese, cheese, rat, 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 cheese, 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 hump, 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 rat, rat, rat,
Right.
cheese,
When
cheese,
are we going
cheese.
to go out in the ATV and drive around the woods again?
Right.
I really like to look at those squirrels. Maybe it's more sentences instead of words,
I would go with the languages. I mean, the travel, you'd just be able to go anywhere and understand. And you can play the role of the dumb American, but you know what they're saying. So I would go with
that could also
and
turn into something
fiscally,
very
financially
lucrative. Yes.
What's yours? Your hypothetical for me?
I think we've asked some sort of question.
Version of this?
Yes, but 100 years in the past or 100 years in the future, if you could travel.
And am I my own age? Am I?
Yes, you right now, and you're just traveling. Like you don't get stuck there. You get to come back.
I'd rather go in the past because I got to be honest, I have a lot of hesitancy about how well the future is going to turn out. I don't think we're headed in the right direction. I think we're headed in a bad direction, and you can take that any way you want.
100 years is like the Depression, right? And going like
1926.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about prohibition, right?
Gunslinging, like you could go Wild West, and I don't know, maybe.
That's what you're talking. That's like the 1800s.
But you could.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't have a lot of faith in humanity's future. We may not even make it 100 years.
The thing about going 100
at the rate we're going, honestly, with what's happening in this world and everything that's happening with people and what's going, we just may not make it. Maybe I don't have a lot of faith in our future. I'll be honest with you.
But if you could go, you could potentially bring back.
Do I come back at a certain
information? Yeah, you're just traveling. You don't have to get stuck there.
All right, so I can go. So I'm visiting.
Yes, you could take medicines back 100 years ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't take anything back and try to fix anything. I would go back and get sports scores and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I'd start placing some bets and generational wealth type stuff. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about trying to like help anybody. That's not who I am. I don't give a rat's ass about other people. And maybe that's why the world's coming to an end, because you got a lot of people like me out there. I don't know.
Man.
I would go in the past.
And
I would
play some bets on the World Series and then make a bunch of money and come back. Yes.
Yeah.
Invest in stuff that.
Yeah. Set
put down
yourself up.
$5 and.
Dude, the future is not good. What about what's happening in our world right now?
Well, you could see what it looks like, that you could come back and either advise or warn
I just watched that movie. It doesn't go very
it's,
well. I just watched that movie. It's called Have Fun, Don't Die, whatever it is.
Bring back the secrets and information.
No, there may not be anything there.
Well,
they may be all gone.
Okay.
We're talking Paradise
Umbrella
Bunkers.
Academy.
Why are people loving to watch these shows like Paradise? And
because
Greenland, because we know it's coming and we have dreams about succeeding and living in those situations. Yeah, day after tomorrow. So many people watch it because we're ready for it.
100 years in the past or 100 years in the future.
Bunker people. Going to be people in bunkers.
All right.
I'm good.
Burying a storage locker in your backyard. I've seen those videos.
Yeah, I would go. You're going forward, probably, right? See your great grandkids. God, you make me sick. All right. Hypothetical Thursday, if you want to weigh in on our questions, you can visit rockmornings.com for all of our contact info. Download the apps to get in touch with us that way. Office Cora in about 10 minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
8:15-ish on Thursdays, we talk to Office Cora to find out what she's up to this weekend in the 715. Now, Cora, last week you were sick. You had strep throat. You're feeling better, I'm assuming?
I'm feeling so much better.
Yeah.
Good. You got treated and you're feeling better. And last week, we were going to find out what you were up to in the 715, but you were too sick to do anything. But you actually did go out and see Whitney Cummings, and how was that?
I did. She's okay.
That was at the Pablo, right?
That was at the Pablo.
After a couple days of being on some nice penicillin, you were able to venture out into the world, so that's good. And you're full recovery now?
Full recovery.
Awesome.
All right. Office Cora, I have a couple of questions here. Inquiring minds want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
We have been talking to you, I think, for a little over a year now. We've had you on as a weekly guest.
And we constantly learn new things about you.
We've learned several things about you, know, so usually it's kind of mind-boggling, the things that we find out. I heard from someone that you used to be a police officer. Can you confirm or deny that rumor?
I am denying that rumor.
Where does that rumor come from?
It's a little bit true because I did animal control for the Eau Claire Police Department.
Okay.
For like 10 years.
All right.
And
so you were the dog
part
catcher.
of that, yeah, and as part of that, you do like fingerprints and mugshots.
Police training, right? You do some actual police work.
Yeah, but
you're not out there arresting hardcore criminals.
No, I.
Okay, so.
If they're being mean to animals, Brian, that is hardcore in my world.
Well, yeah, but I'm not saying, but you're not like running down some guy who just knocked off a liquor store.
No.
Okay. All right. So
you kind of do like assist things.
Sure. Yeah.
Like every once in a while,
dabble.
there would be like an autopsy where they'd send a body to Ramsey County.
Ooh.
And there was a special van that they used, so I remember having to get it like fueled up and.
Do you have a special van? Is it a white van with no windows? Does it say free candy on the side?
Oh.
No, she was law. She worked for the law. She was law abiding.
So
I was.
That was one rumor that I wanted to get factual answer on, was that you were a police officer and were sort of
animal control.
You were sort of a cop. The next question that I have for you, and I'm gonna poke around it here. I'm gonna try to poke around it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Are you hearing any bells at all? Cora, would you...
Who are you talking to?
Who
are you talking to?
I'm not talking to anyone. What are these bells that I heard are ringing? Are there bells?
There was a question that was asked.
Okay.
While I was vacationing in Mexico.
And what was the answer to that question?
What kind of question was it?
Well, of course I'm going to say yes to someone who's just like my permanent back scratcher. Who's not going to want that?
Oh, Office Cora got engaged while on vacation.
You are
I
kidding.
knew the rumor was true. Congratulations, Office Cora. I don't know if you wanted your business on the radio, but I wanted to congratulate you, and I'm sorry if I
aware.
That's
awesome.
If I broke the secret here, but
how do you know so much?
I am a man that deals in information. That's the most powerful thing you can have in this world today. More powerful than money, more powerful than real estate, information.
So I'm curious, when you wed this back scratcher, because right now you own a home and you have roommates that's a source of income.
You have people living with you at a home you own. I'm assuming he owns his own place.
Right.
Is there a thing where you're going to move in together and then you're going to keep renting this other house out?
Where you're going to live?
Anything's possible, guys. We don't know. We are just living on love.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
All right.
Okay.
No offense, Office Cora, but people your age.
You know what?
People
I'm
your
not even
age don't
joking.
live on love,
I'm not
okay?
even joking. We are that couple that just got a tandem bike, a bicycle built for two.
Is he riding in the back so he can scratch your back the whole time while he's riding?
That's difficult. Can you imagine, like trying and then
she
you're
can do the steering and the pedaling. He's just got to be back there
and
scratching.
doing this at the same time? That's very
Scratcher! I know what I'm getting you for a wedding present. I know what I'm getting you.
At shifting.
I'm going to get you a back scratcher shaped like his hand so you'll have it with you wherever you go in case he's not around and you can just get a little scratchy.
God. No. Don't give me some weird, creepy, artificial hand.
All right, Office Cora, congratulations.
Thank you.
I wanted to get those two questions out of the way. They were burning inside of me the last 2 weeks, so I'm glad I got them out. But what's going on in the 715 this weekend? What do you got planned?
Well, my big event is Oscars. The Oscars are Sunday night, and I just love watching it. I tune in for the red carpet. I don't know. I really enjoy it, and I try to watch all of the Oscar-nominated movies, at least for Best Picture. And I think there's 10. I've seen 7.
Okay.
And I used to throw an Oscars party and then have ballots, so all my friends would fill them out, and we'd have a contest and lots of cocktails and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
I'm not doing that right now. I'm still a little bit recovering from the my battle with strep throat. But let's see, what else is happening in the Chippewa Valley? Oh, the Chippewa Valley Polar Plunge. There's like 1,400 people jump in the lake out at Loopy's Bar and Grill, and the proceeds go to Special Olympics. And plunging begins at noon on Saturday.
Oh, that's great.
Have you guys ever done that?
Yeah, our plunge was last Saturday here
Polar
in our
plunge
area.
benefit the Special Olympics was last Saturday in lacrosse.
You guys have jumped?
I did it many years ago for a couple of years, and then I said I did my time and I don't want to do it any longer. So ours is not so much a jump; it's more of a wade in. So I think I would prefer the jump in, where you jump off a ledge into the deep water and then just jump right back out.
As opposed to running into it.
Because the moment your ankles hit the water, you're just like, oh, man, this is a bad idea. And then you got to suffer the rest of the way out there. At least with the in and out, it's quick, it's over, and you're good. But the you know what I'm saying, Office Cora, right? Probably been a lot of that with them bells coming up, you know?
Yes, and then you're good. That's how you're going to lead into the weekend, Cora.
You just said that.
All right.
All right, Office Cora. Anything else going on in the 715 this weekend?
Yes, they're doing a little early St. Patty's Day celebration. I love St. Patty's Day, and I love corned beef, and it's one of the few times in the year that you can find it all over the place.
Yeah.
And so it's one of my favorite foods. And the Liney's Lodge is actually having a St. Patty's Day celebration early, so it is Saturday, 10 a until 8 p.m. And I don't think they're serving. Well, I don't know what they're serving. It's a food truck called El Gancho.
Okay.
So I think
sounds
better
like
have
Mexican
some corned
food.
beef on there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Mexican
corned beef.
Maybe it's Irish tacos.
Irish tacos.
And
do you like
get
tacos?
A lucky Liney mug, a green tinted beer, and
Liney's Lodge.
Office Cora, what's your favorite kind of meat? You said you like corned beef. You like Irish tacos. What's your favorite kind of meat?
Beef.
You like beef?
Yeah. Good steak. Big old steak.
You got steak, you got burgers. Yeah.
Pork? Ham?
I like that too. I like it all.
She likes it all.
I hear you.
All right, Office Cora.
You got the bacon,
Can't go wrong with that. Should be top notch. Always a pleasure. I'm glad that you got engaged. You're finally a kept woman.
I can't believe you know that.
I know everything about you, Office Cora. I just need to confirm the details. That's all. People tell me all sorts of stuff about you. You're very popular. You got to know. Whenever I go places, people tell me things about you.
Oh, yikes.
Yep. They're like, hey, did you hear about Office Cora? I said, no, tell me.
They're just up there living on love, so leave them alone, Brian. They're just sailing high on the cloud.
Do you still have your handcuffs for a little adult entertainment this weekend if he gets a back scratcher gets out of control?
It's more leashes and whips. Animal control. We don't have handcuffs.
You whip the dogs? That's how you do things in animal control?
If they were naughty.
All right, I don't want to get you in any more trouble.
Yeah, it's okay. All right.
No, I never whipped a dog.
Yeah, no, I know you didn't.
All right, Office Cora, have a good weekend. I hope you have fun and enjoy the Oscars, and we'll talk to you next Thursday, okay?
Sounds good. See you guys later.
All right. The newly engaged Office Cora joining us this morning, letting us know what she's up to in the 715. They're living on love.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
Oof. That is gross. So disgusting.
That's 2 big ones.
Yeah. Living on 2 big ones is what they're living on.
It's anonymous, it's fast, and it's free.
Yeah, that's why they got engaged, because it's anonymous, fast, and free, Gene.
Yeah, it's a biggin.
Yeah, biggin. That's the only way you get one, biggin.
Well, I didn't measure it, Brian.
Good old Office Cora. She's always a hoot.
You know, just getting all the juice.
You're going to hang out with her next week, aren't
Next
you?
Friday, I'm going to be up there at the VFW, post 305 for the NCAA Skip Day.
All day, whenever I wanted.
Yeah. That's why she got engaged, because it's all day whenever she wanted.
Dixon cider.
That's another reason
I don't
she
know
got
if we're going to be
engaged.
drinking any Dixon cider when we're up there. But
I can't decide if I want top or bottom.
yeah, well, that's part of the marriage situation. You got to figure it out, you know?
If he would hold it out to my mouth, I would say a couple words and then he'd pull it back.
Yeah,
Husband
that's a
material.
husband move right there. That's a husband move. Office Cora. Yeah, next Friday, Eau Claire, VFW, post 305.
So is this basketball watching?
We did this last year. It's an NCAA skip day. So obviously this Sunday is Selection Sunday when we figure out who's in the tournament and who's not and where they're seated. Then you've got the first 4 on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's action all weekend. So Friday, I'm going to take off from lacrosse after we get done with the show, pick up the wife and head to Eau Claire. And we're going to go hang out at the VFW post 305 all morning and all afternoon, drinking some beers, giving away some tickets. We're going to have Rockfest tickets to give away. We're going to have tickets for all sorts of stuff. Last year, we had a bunch of T-shirts as well.
I remember you had so much stuff that was free last year.
Yeah,
So.
hell yeah. So hopefully if you're in that area, you can join me. I know Office Cora is going to come by and hang out. Might have to get her that personal back scratcher. I don't know if I'm getting the invite to the. Don't know if I'm getting the invite to the wedding.
He'll be there
to the nuptials.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man. Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
Bad news with happy music. A woman in, I believe, Ireland.
Ireland. Fun.
Maybe not Ireland.
Okay.
But a woman sued her company after her boss kept yelling potato at her repeatedly and in a threatening manner. And apparently it was so often and so vicious enough.
Wait, what?
That
like
she
just yell it like at her, like every time she tried to talk or her name or something? Like
I'm not exactly sure as to like how the potato thing went down, but an Irish woman won about $30,000 in a lawsuit after her boss, who is English, wouldn't stop calling her a potato in a derogatory way.
You're such a potato, like that? Like you.
The judge ruled that the way it was being used towards the woman was racially offensive and humiliating because she's Irish.
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Shove them up me arse.
Because she was from Ireland, and the way he would say, "You're nothing but a potato." Hey, tater. Like that?
Well, sometimes when you refer to someone as a potato, it's because they're lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They look like a nothing, right? What is a potato, right? It's just this kind of lump.
Uninteresting.
Brown, uninteresting
I don't know.
lump.
They can be so many delicious things.
Her name is Bernadette Hayes. She's 55. And 6 months of bullying that she received at the hands of her boss, a guy named Mick Atkins.
Well, that's not good.
Made her feel like she had, quote, suffered a death by 1,000 cuts. She's a bookkeeper. Told a employment court in the UK that her hateful manager at the West Leeds Civil Ltd, a civil engineering firm in Leeds, taunted her.
I will taunt you a second time.
Do you think I'm speaking in this outer or just French accent? Taunted her by repeatedly shouting potato in a strong Irish brogue and hurling other derogatory insults like Patty, stupid Patty, and pikey.
Well, yeah, stupid.
Well, and
it's name
other,
calling.
I don't know if they're racial, but they're obviously slurs based on your heritage.
Yes, she's Irish, and stupid Patty is not a nice name.
Apparently, the abuse started in late 2023. She said that Atkins also made racial remarks. Not quite sure she's white. I mean, I don't.
Well, I think it's more
whitey. Felt the embarrassment only got worse when another man joined the firm, leaving her physically sick and terrified of being ridiculed by both of the men. Totally eroded my self-respect and my self-esteem. Also adding she was too scared to confront her intimidating, volatile boss. It made me feel small, insecure, violated, extremely anxious. It also made me feel embarrassed. Quit her job less than a year later in 2024 after the relentless attacks left her with panic attacks and insomnia. The judge awarded the woman a hefty sum after ruling that Atkins had created a hostile, humiliating, and offensive workplace. These phrases are overtly linked to race, particularly when considered together rather than in isolation. On that basis, I find that conduct was linked to race. So this guy.
Yeah, more about her, heritage, her genealogy.
She's Irish. So he kept calling her.
You stupid Patty. That's probably not cool from your boss.
I've been called worse. Some of these people didn't grow up with an abusive father, and it shows. You know what I mean? I always tell people that when they try to be mean to me. It's like, look, man, I grew up with an abusive dad. You can't hurt me at all. There's nothing you can say or do that's going to hurt my feelings. I've heard it all.
Can't do that in the workplace.
Right from the source.
Doesn't have to deal with
that. This guy, speaking of the UK, we're staying in the UK. I'm not quite sure why this guy did this, but his name is John Stevenson. He's a 50-year-old kickboxer. And he just apparently became the first person in the UK to tow a 4,000-pound car using his junk.
It's a record for everything, Brian.
Not sure if he actually set a record, to be honest with you. He just became the first person in the UK to do it. I don't know if there's a record for that.
Pulling stuff.
He apparently had fun with it as well. He was snacking on a bag of nuts while completing his challenge, and he said afterwards, when I finished, my plums were bright purple, but I'm still firing on all cylinders.
Ready?
Ready.
Oh, please God, be careful. Come undone. Oh my God, he's doing it. That's it. You can't stop the car. Oh my God.
There is someone, whoever that is, recording the audio and video of this man pulling a car. Apparently had a tow rope attached to a silk scarf that was then tied around his nether region. He pulled the car more than 160 feet. And apparently he's doing it because he is trying to use any publicity he can to help raise awareness for men's mental health issues and to encourage people to look after themselves. Here's the guy that's going to tow a car with his junk.
Mm-hmm. It looks like guys have been towing cars with junk for a very long time.
Yeah, he said, don't be afraid to pick up the phone and ask for help if you think you need it. A lot of men don't, and they feel like they've got an ego to maintain, but men who talk can heal.
Being a man isn't about the penis.
Yeah. So this guy apparently took a silk scarf, wrapped it around his wiener and his boys, his little sack there, and then attached that to the tow rope, and then pulled this car, which was obviously in neutral.
Yeah.
Apparently 160 feet.
Oh, right now,
me, daddy button.
John, by the way, is the only guy in the UK to do this. There's a guy in China who does this kind of stuff with his junk.
Yeah, I was just looking at in August of 2002, the Iron Crotch.
That's what they refer to the guy in China as.
Pulled a truck with his
He
junk.
also apparently pulled a 10,000-pound military helicopter with his junk, the Iron Crotch.
The Iron Crotch.
Watch where you're going, needle dick.
By the way, his truck was loaded with passengers. The Iron Crotch.
I can think of a million more fun things to do with my wiener than wrapping silk scarves around it and towing cars.
Ask me about my wiener.
Good on this dude for getting attention for men's mental health, but maybe there's a better way to go about it that doesn't involve towing a car with your wiener. Maybe. Just maybe. We're moving on from the UK and we're going to Texas. A couple of women in Texas have been arrested after they allegedly used drones to fly plastic crows. So they disguised the drones as birds.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
And inside of the plastic crows, which were actually drones, they
cameras,
drugs, phones, tobacco, and other contraband.
Is that a dong on a drone?
No, it's actually a drone that looks like a crow.
So they were trying to get it across, like,
into the
it's
prison.
Actually very...
Well, we've seen this before. It's not the first time. I mean, they've done pigeons, right, where they try to put little backpacks on the pigeons. And
yeah. No, I get that there's all sorts of different ways, but I haven't heard of a drone dressed up as a bird before.
Melanie Jean Worthington and Cassie Marie Cole. Those are some solid Texas women right there.
They sure are.
Love the middle names. Allegedly piloted the crow decoys to the federal prison in Grant Parish, located at the center of the state of Texas. Louisiana. Apparently they were doing this to a Louisiana prison. They told authorities they were paid $40,000. What the hell am I doing in this dump? What am I doing in this piece of crap building? Why am I doing this stupid job when I could get paid $40,000 to fly some drugs and phones on a drone into a prison?
And then, do I get to walk away?
Straight cash, homie.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no IRS,
if the bird thing
no
works
taxes.
Once, like the bird thing works once.
No
like
parking fees, nothing.
Maybe
They're not
they
taking
weren't
out
crows. Maybe they were more like sandhill cranes or something.
I got to get the hell out of this. I got to leave right now.
Endangered kind of.
Is there a thing on Craigslist for this? Because I am missing out on an opportunity.
And then they just fly them over. Then they're out. Then they can go do something. Like leave?
Yes. $40,000. Was it each or just a split? Authorities have not confirmed whether a single drop-off was made using the fake crows or a series of deliveries. Both women have been charged with possession of meth with the intent to distribute and for taking contraband into a penal institution.
I'm here to tell you about drugs and alcohol and why they're bad, okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they look like the kind of gals that are going to be willing to do something like that. Oh, especially the Marie Cole one. She looks pissy. The other one looks kind of just like, I got kind of duped into this. The other one, though, you can tell she's the ringleader. Oh, yeah. $40,000.
I know.
God, I really missed out on my calling.
Did they make the crows? It looks like they might have made those from like a craft store.
I think they did. Yeah, I think maybe they did. Well, think of the owl, right? You can get the owl to put outside on
like that
on your portico or whatever to keep the birds away.
Plastic one like that. And
you
then
can stick a drone in there.
And then the drone and the drugs and the phones.
Maybe they need to do those lantern things that you do, the stupid balloon lantern things that kill the cows.
Don't kill the cows.
Yes, they do kill the cows.
No, they don't.
Why don't you Google something every once in a while, balloon lady?
They don't.
You kill all the cows. You're out there killing cows.
They weren't. How are these that they were tipped off about the women? Oh, man. Who did that?
Well, somebody in jail must have heard about it and wanted to get an extra cookie at lunch, and so they ratted on this other prisoner. Last but not least, we're moving on to Florida because that's where all the good stuff lives. Hashtag Florida man arrested for lap lifting. Not one, not two, not three, not four, but like 15 lap dances in a row. This guy was in a strip club in Florida and allegedly got 15 straight private dances at a gentleman's club, which cost him $40 a piece. Unfortunately, he didn't try to pay for the 15 lap dances that he got in a row. He tried to leave the club without paying.
I'm in love with a stripper. She pop and she roll and she roll.
Without paying for any of them? Like, not a little
It sounds like he tried to pay a small fee and then maybe say I was going to go to the ATM to get more cash and then bolted.
They don't have an ATM inside of the...
Every strip club has an ATM. Come on now, Gene.
I was going to say.
Multiple. Sometimes multiples.
Right, there's one over there and over there and over there.
Right in the bathroom as you're using the toilet, you can get some cash out.
Sure.
Police allege that Roberto Maldonado got 15 straight private dances.
That's a long time, isn't it?
Early on a Friday morning at Rain, R-E-I-G-N, Rain, a gentleman's club in Clearwater, Florida. The dances cost $40 a piece, and an additional $50 review fee brought his tab up to $650. However, after Maldonado enjoyed the lap dance marathon, he refused to pay the stripper's total bill, instead offering just the $50. Subsequently refused to pay any amount. When the cops got there at about 1:15 in the morning,
pay any amount?
A cop explained to Maldonado, who appeared to be under the influence, that payment was required for the services he had requested and received. Maldonado spoke incoherently, was also speaking in circles, and refused to make any effort to pay the lap dance balance.
Got to clear this up for him. Dude, you got services rendered. You got to pay.
He was arrested and booked into the county jail, spent the night before being released on his own recognizance. Judge ordered him to stay away from Rain.
Yes.
And any other bars or nightclubs, prohibit him from using from alcohol and illegal drugs, must also submit to any alcohol or drug testing requested by the court or law enforcement officers.
I'm your private dancer, a dancer for money. What you want me to do.
So it wasn't that he wasn't tipping. He wasn't paying it at all. He had no intention of paying at all.
I'm sorry, but some of the responsibility lies on the stripper for this one.
How many do you got before you guys?
After like 4, you got. Now we need to have some cash. There needs to be some cash on the table before we go any further than 4, right?
So now
I'm sorry. Look, I hate to victim blame
9,
here,
10,
but you're
11,
somewhat responsible
12,
for this. You're
13,
a stripper. You should know
14,
better.
15. How long we been in here?
15 dances before seeing any cash?
What is that?
Come on now.
Half hour?
What is this,
40
day
minutes?
1 at the strip club? Everybody knows you pay in advance.
Isn't there somebody there helping with that?
They don't come over to you on the stage unless the dollar's on the rail. That's not how it works. If you're up there with no dollars, they're not coming anywhere near you. That's not how strippers work. This must have been an amateur or day 1 girl. I don't know what her deal is, but she's also at fault.
You
got to
pay.
15.
1, 2, 3.
You get 1 or 2. Okay, I'll give it to you. Maybe rookie mistake, right?
Yep.
Maybe he's been in there before.
1, 2.
Had some good service. Whatever. Fine.
I recognize you from
15?
before.
Come on, brah. That's a bit on you. You get 4 dances, and then we're going to see some cash, and then we'll move forward with the other 11. You can't get to 15 and then want the money. Come on, what are you doing? I'm sorry. Look, the guy is guilty of sin. He's getting his up. You know,
I can't believe he didn't want to pay for any of it. It wasn't like he was like
he was getting away with it. He had 15 of them. He probably said after the 4th one, "Oh man, I'm getting 15."
I think it's. I would have liked better if he would have said.
How many times does your house have to get robbed before you change the locks? You know what I mean?
I planned to pay for half of those, officer. I planned to pay. She just the rest felt like a bonus. I had cash for 6, 7. I was going to go 7 deep. But he wasn't going to pay for any of them.
He didn't even have. He had 50. He had the service fee. He didn't have any.
That's all he had.
That's it. Kind of the stripper's fault.
It's both. It's both faults. Mostly the customer. Mostly
bad news, happy music, Rock Mornings, Brian and Gene. Our check-ins are coming up next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
rockmornings.com is the website. Find all of our contact info there. Actually got a very funny message from Tim on Facebook. He said, on the topic of Wonder Woman, do you have any idea what her original comic book weakness is? As in kryptonite. What is Wonder Woman's kryptonite? And I said, no, I don't know what it is. And he said it was bondage. He said, yeah, it's pretty funny. It wasn't kinky or anything. It's just that when the bad guys tied her up, she lost all her powers. She had to either be rescued
or the rope, wasn't it?
She had the lasso of truth, right?
Yes,
so she would use that to make people tell the truth. I think he's saying that in any way, shape, or form where if she got handcuffed or tied up, she didn't have her powers, which seems stupid because Wonder Woman is an Amazonian and she's supposed to have superpowers and she can just bust out of the ropes or chains or whatever she's got on her. Obviously, they changed that going forward, but in the comic books, apparently, just tying her up was enough to keep her at bay. He said she either had to be rescued or some kind of circumstance they had to release her. Then she became the most powerful woman in the world, kind of like when Simpson cut his hair. He lost his strength until it grew back. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you very much. Very funny. Shorty in Florida, hashtag Florida Man, said, Hypothetical Thursday, languages. He would choose speaking all of the human languages over speaking to animals. And definitely 100 years in the past. He said the world is going to be screwed in 100 years in the future. Thank you, Shorty. Appreciate that. Doc texted in a picture of his back scratcher, which suspiciously looks just like the one I have here in the studio.
It just looks like that?
Yes. He and I apparently bought the same back scratcher, which is not the same as Office Cora's back scratcher.
He's alive and well.
And she's getting married to him.
Mm-hmm.
Got a text from Jay. He said, hey, Brian, this is Jay. If I had to choose, I would talk to animals. I could move to the Kodiak Island and unionize the bears and build an army. Have a bear army. Yeah, I mean, you could really solve some human problems by having an animal army that you lead into battle.
Well, I think, yeah, there could be a lot of things that...
Like, if you could talk to the animals,
figure it out
you could
by
organize,
talking to the
unionize,
animals.
get
Sure,
those animals like Aquaman, but better. You know what I mean?
Aquaman.
Well, Aquaman sucks. What are the fish going to do? They can't be out of the water. That's great in the ocean. What are you going to do on land with the whale?
Well, you can't really do much on the land with the whale, but maybe they could help us, like, I don't know, clean up the plastics. Like, we could get a little team together and they could help.
TJ texted in, said I was rewatching...
The birds? Bird.
Freaking birds. TJ texted in, said I was rewatching Always Sunny and the gang went back to high school. I realized the hot girl trying to get Dennis was in Blind Spot. Happy birthday to her. That was Lady Sif from the Thor movies who had her birthday, Jamie Alexander. Never a bad time to go back and rewatch Sunny in Philadelphia. Jim texted in and said, I definitely could have used knowing all the languages while in the military.
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, and especially where he was stationed.
Well, that's what I was saying, too. Think of the job potential you'd have, too. You could be an interpreter for the government and know every language.
Had a couple of people text in about cutting cords. One of them suggested the VC box, which I told you I saw at the boat show. Another person said they got one called OmniMax. It's an ON box, ONN box from Walmart. It uses Google TV, and what we use is an app called OmniMax. So there's options. Like I said, there's always options when it comes to cutting the cord. Thank you very much for all the correspondence. Very good to hear from you guys. Have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning on a Friday.